Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amina and this is my first YouTube video trying to see how I can do this, if it's a thing that I can be comfortable with. I've always wanted to do YouTube or make videos on YouTube. I've always been kind of busy with work or school, but recent activities, COVID, has allowed me a lot of extra time to kind of focus on things that I've always wanted to do. So this is the first thing. I've always been really passionate about fragrances, and I've built quite a large collection that I feel is diverse and represents who I am and what I like. And I just want to share my experiences and my finds with my friends and with anyone who decides to subscribe or just watch my videos, and we can discuss a lot of things about fragrance. So yeah, let's get started. So for my first video, I want to talk about a haul that I recently received that I ordered from Allbeauty.com, which is, and I'm trying to see if I can purchase smarter. I ordered 7 fragrances that range from high-end to some cheap finds. I think I want to start with the cheapest one and go up to the more higher end fragrances that I have. The first fragrance we're going to talk about is the cheapest one, which I got for £6.50. It's by a brand called Coty, and the scent is called Exclamation. It's Eau de Cologne, and here it is. Here we go, Exclamation by Coty. It is definitely a cheap fragrance. You can tell by the box, like there's no, insert inside. It's just a box with the fragrance. Yeah, I honestly got this because I like the bottle. It's kind of cute. Looks like an exclamation mark. It has a plastic cap with a glass bottle. I didn't find anything on this on Fragrantica, so what I'm gonna do is go on the Allbeauty website and talk about the notes there. But straight on, it's really light. It's fruity. It's definitely not a complex scent. It's just straight to the point, fruity, maybe slightly woody. Yeah, I know for sure this is not going to be a fragrance that lasts very long. It's really light, but it's a cute fragrance. She's cute. So I'm just going to spray a little bit like that. So on allbeauty.com, the notes, or the description of this Exclamation fragrance is oriental floral fragrance that has a blend of peach, apricot, amber, and sandalwood. And I think the description's quite spot on. Like I said, it's really light. I don't know if this is really my style. Granted, I only paid £6.50 for it, so I'm not hurt about spending that much on a fragrance I'm not crazy about. It does smell really nice and very pleasant, very light. I feel like this is something that I could maybe use as an air freshener for my bathroom or something, which is not bad at all. It seems very linear. What you get in the top is what you're gonna get for maybe a couple hours, and that's probably it. So the next fragrance that I got, which I paid about £11 for, is 4711 Original Eau de Cologne. It's kind of a citrus, fresh fragrance, not very long lasting, but this is kind of vintage, I guess. I mean, it's not, this bottle specifically isn't vintage, but this specific cologne is. It says here on Fragrantica that it was launched in 1792. And the nose behind the fragrance is Muelhens, and this is basically just a citrus cologne, eau de cologne. It's very fresh, slightly woody, aromatic. Also, doesn't really last very long. But I can see why why it's very popular. It seems like a fragrance that's very easy to wear, in my opinion, for both male and female. It just gives a clean, fresh vibe. Let's look at the notes here. So we have notes of a lot of different citrus, including peach, and what's this guy? Basil, which you can kind of get. Let me put a little bit on. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand here. So, let that air. It's really herbally. It's very green. Yeah, to me it's very green, herbally, bright, citrusy, slightly woody even, but very bright and fresh. And I can tell right off the bat that this is not a fragrance that's gonna last a long time. It doesn't have anything heavy in the base. At least that's not what it smells like to me. I even smell a little bit of, a tiny bit of spearmint. I don't think that's listed on the notes, but I do smell that. So based on Fragrantica, we have, so the top notes are citrus and basil. We have cyclamen, which I'm not very familiar with. It's a floral. We have lily, we have rose, we have jasmine, and melon, which is the fruity vibe that we're getting. But me, the fruit is really dominated. It's citrus dominated. Citrus heavy, definitely. And for the base notes, we have patchouli, vetiver, musk, sandalwood, what's this guy? Oak moss, and cedar. So there isn't any spearmint in it, so I don't know where I'm getting that from, but to me it's very fresh. And I feel like people young and old can wear this, especially in the spring, summertime. So right now is the perfect time, in my opinion, to wear something like this. Granted, you can wear it whenever you want, but I like this one, and especially for the price. I paid £11 for it. It's a 100ml bottle, which will last for me a long time, especially since I have a lot of fragrances in my rotation. So the next fragrance, I paid £18.50 for this fragrance, and this, I've never heard of this before. So this is Fendi's Furiosa, and this is a 30ml bottle, and it's an eau de parfum. But guys, get ready for this. The bottle is so pretty in my, here it is. I think it's so pretty. It's so lovely. It looks like a jewel, like a piece of jewelry. I feel like if someone wants to be gaudy, they can just tie this around their neck and it can be like a nice piece of jewelry. I love it. I think it's really beautiful. Okay. So this fragrance here is very floral, it's woody, it's oriental, and it reminds me a lot of Miss Dior Le Parfum. When I first smelled this, I was like, okay, this, it doesn't smell like Miss Dior Le Parfum, but it has similar characteristics. Yeah, it's floral, it's oriental, something about it that's, you know, kind of mouth-watering in a sense. I think that's the balsamic accords that's in this fragrance, but it's strong, it's potent, it's oriental, it's floral, and that directly it just reminded me of Miss Dior Le Parfum. So when I was looking at the scent profile in Fragrantica, I realized that the same perfumer that made this Fendi perfume is the same one who made Miss Dior Le Parfum, and that is Francois Demachi. Yeah, this fragrance to me exudes elegance. It exudes femininity. It's powerful. It's something that I would reserve for a special occasion, maybe like a formal, like a formal occasion where you don't want to wear something that's going to be offensive to the people that you're around. You want something, I feel like this will leave a beautiful scent trail. This perfume I feel like is very elegant. It's for a strong woman who's confident and exudes like feminine power, you know? This is what I get from this, which is the same vibe that I get with Miss Dior Le Parfum. Granted, they are completely different fragrances. They smell different, but they give the same, they have similar characteristics, which I can only assume that these are specific characteristics by the perfumer since they were made by the same person. But yeah, this, it's amazing, and I'm just dumbfounded and surprised that I got this for 18 pounds. I kind of wish I got the bigger bottle. But I feel like this fragrance is for the woman who is confident, who wants to get a little bit of attention, but not too much. It's not too sexy. I feel like it's just classy. This is the epitome of a perfume for a classy woman, a classy and feminine and strong woman. I highly recommend this. I'm shocked. I'm really excited and really happy that I found this, especially for the price that I got it for. So the next one is actually kind of a funny story. I saw it on the website, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to have this, because it reminded me of it reminded me of the beginning of college, when this particular brand was kind of like the trend, you know. It was everywhere. All the cool kids wore the clothes. It was kind of obnoxious. I wonder if you guys can kind of get my vibe. But what I really appreciated about the brand is the art. I hated the fact that the art was put on the clothing, which was really obnoxious for people to just be wearing all the time. But I really love the artistic factor to their packaging, and that's why I got this fragrance. I thought the bottle looked really cool, and the notes seemed really basic. But anyway, let's get to it. This is Ed Hardy. This is Ed Hardy Hearts and Daggers, and it's a 100 ml eau de parfum. So let's open it here. So this is the bottle. I think it's so adorable, and it just reminds me of like 2008, 2009, 2010, where all the cool kids had like Ed Hardy t-shirts and bejeweled, you know, hats and like the cool sunglasses. They even had, or where they had t-shirts that I think, did Ed Hardy do those? T-shirts with the fake tattoo sleeves that the guys were always wearing? I can't remember, but this just takes me back, and I love it. I love it. So this one's very fruity. It's very soft, slightly woody, and very feminine. I don't know if this was considered to be unisex, but in my opinion, it's quite feminine and fruity. And it reminds me a lot of those body sprays that you get from like Bath and Body Works and like Victoria's Secret. Yeah, very light, fruity fragrance. But I think this bottle is so cute, and I'm definitely gonna add it to my collection, mostly for display purposes. But yeah, this just, it's youthful, fruity, a little bit sweet, tiny bit woodsy, but this is a very young and youthful fragrance in my opinion. This is definitely not my style of fragrance, but I absolutely love the bottle, and it just takes me back and reminds me of my teenage years. Okay, so the next one that I got, I think was a special find. It cost me 41 pounds about, and this one is by Geurlain, and it is Mitsouko. So Mitsouko seems like it's had a very long history. On Fragrantica, it says that this perfume was launched in the year 1919 by Jacques Geurlain, and it's a fruity fragrance for women. I actually have not smelled this yet, so I'm really, really excited to try it. Here's the bottle. It looks so cute. It looks really vintage. It's a glass bottle with a plastic cap. Fits quite snug. So it says the top notes are citruses, jasmine, bergamot, and rose. Middle notes are lilac, peach, jasmine, ylang ylang, and rose. And the base notes are spices, cinnamon, vetiver, and oak moss. Let's see. Okay, I hope that was a big spray. I hope it's not too strong. Oh, okay. It smells vintage. It smells like an old formula, like an old scent. So right off the bat, you get the citrus. I also get something earthy from it. It's woody, citrus, woody, and a bit spicy, and a little bit of floral. I feel like for the amount of florals in the top note, I'm getting more citrus. Well, as it's developing, I'm starting to get a little bit of the florals as well, the jasmine especially. Not so much the rose at all, but definitely the jasmine. Citrus, jasmine, woody, and a little bit spicy. It's kind of a warm fragrance for it to be a citrus one. A lot of the time, at least for me, when I think of citrus, I think of something bright and summery, but this is not very bright and summery. I feel like you can wear this all throughout the year. So it's citrus, but also very woody, a little bit floral. This is classic, man. This is just, it smells really classic, very refined. I feel like the lasting part of this will be pretty good. Yeah, but this is definitely not a young scent. This is for a mature woman. A great signature scent for a mature woman whose confidence. I mean, this scent makes me happy for some reason. I like it. I like it. This is Mitsouko by Geurlain. Yeah, this is really good. I like this a lot. Like it, like it, like it. It does seem like a linear scent though. Nothing's changed. I like my scents to be more complex, which I'm not saying this is not complex because I think it is quite complex compared to a lot of designer fragrances, but this is linear. And I guess since this has been around for a long time, they've perfected it to be like perfect and to not really change. Just a stable formulation. I think this is a really good one. Signature scent all the way for a mature woman. And when I say mature woman, I don't mean like an elderly woman. I mean like a woman that's not in her early 20s or a teenager. This is for like a woman who has experience in life, you know? So next fragrance that I got is my first Penhaligon's fragrance. I've always been really curious about scents from Penhaligon's, but never really got the guts to spend the money for it. But recently I did, finally. So the first one we're going to talk about is Vaara by Penhaligon's. Here's a box, really beautiful. I love the color. I love, you know, this kind of oriental type artwork on the box. The presentation's lovely. So we're gonna open it, and there it is. I got the 50 ml bottle. If I can get it out, it's in there really snug. So here it is, 50 ml. Penhaligon's Vaara. Penhaligon's Vaara is a sweet floral scent. It says it's unisex, but in my opinion, I feel it leans more feminine. Yeah, it's very fresh, but not too bright and too light. It's fresh with body, if that makes sense. So let's go through the notes really quickly. This Vaara was launched in 2013. The nose behind it is another nose that I see a lot on the fragrances that I really enjoy. The perfumer is Bertrand de Chauffeur. I need to practice these names before I get on camera, but the notes here are quince, rose water, carrot seeds, coriander, saffron. Middle notes are rose, freesia, magnolia, and peony. Base notes are honey, white musk, cedar, sandalwood, benzoin, and tonka bean. Okay. So I'm glad this was my first introduction to Penhaligon's because it's making me more curious and more excited to try more of the fragrances. We have one more from this haul that we're going to talk about from Penhaligon's. So this is definitely a warm, spicy, floral scent. It's not so heavy, it's still very fresh. I can see this fragrance being worn any time of the year, honestly. It's when I read the notes when I purchased this, I saw honey and I was like, oh, okay, I want to try this. I'm really interested. But I'm not really getting a strong honey note in there at all. It's maybe just slightly in the background. This is fresh, it's clean, it's easy to wear. It's a little bit spicy, but it's very pleasant. It's a very pleasant scent. Yeah, but it's fresh, slightly fruity, very floral, everyday wear, daytime wear, mostly. But again, you can wear anything you want, anytime you want. Yeah, I'm really excited to really try this a bit more. I feel like the lasting power is going to be quite strong on this one. Projection, okay, but the scent is very interesting and it's not one-dimensional. Yeah, I really like this fragrance. To me, I find it, like I said, quite feminine fragrance. Very beautiful. And that is Penhaligon's Vaara. And I just love the presentation of it. It's so beautiful. Okay, so the last fragrance that I got from Allbeauty is another Penhaligon's fragrance. And I got this as a full size. This is Penhaligon's Alizarin here. I absolutely love the packaging. Just look, it's like a blue and black marble. It's not cardboard, it's like a type of plastic, but it's very strong and very, yeah, it's solid. It's really solid. Open up the box and then you have your beautiful fragrance inside of it. I love, love, love the color of the juice, this amber color. It's fantastic. So let's look up the notes. This has notes of leather, oud, smoky, floral, balsamic, and woody. I agree with all of those. I tried this earlier and I absolutely fell in love. I tend to gravitate towards more heavier scents. I love oud, especially now. I'm like obsessed with it. I've been experimenting with lots of different oud, including like Middle Eastern ouds and more westernized ouds. I feel like this is a well-balanced fragrance. It's heavy, it's a little dense, it's and the oud in it is not intimidating. It's quite a friendly oud. I know some people are very partial to ouds because it can come off as being really earthy, kind of skanky, really animalistic. But the oud in here, I think, is very refined and made for someone who wants to experience oud but doesn't want all the, doesn't want the aggressive type. So I'm going to read a little bit about this one. This Fragrantica doesn't list a perfumer. I'm going to try and do some more research to see if I can find the perfumer behind this fragrance. So it says this is a leather fragrance for women. I'm just not reading that. To me, I feel like this is unisex. It can be for a male or a woman. So this was launched in 2016. The notes are narcissus and mandarin. Middle notes are tuberose, iris, and mimosa. Base notes are leather, incense, vetiver, and oud, argarwood. So I'm gonna spray it. Yep. And right off the bat, I get a strong cardamom vibe from this fragrance. Cardamom is not listed in it, and I don't think spices are even listed in it. Let me see. No, I don't see any spices, any cardamom, but I get a strong like chai tea vibe when I smell this. It's so good. It's oudy, but it's a friendly oud. It's leathery, but not like it's clean, it's refined. It's like a refined leather fragrance. To me, spicy, it's warm, it's sensual, it's comforting. It's something about this just makes me melt. I love this fragrance. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's well made, it's earthy, it's spicy, it's smooth, yeah, it's just really good. I think this is for sure hands down in the middle unisex. It is developing into something more woody and very incensey. So it's not a fragrance that develops drastically, but it's more linear and it does kind of give you little nuances as it goes. but I think it's fantastic. This is my favorite one, and it's funnily the most expensive one. So typically Penhaligon's fragrances can range between like 150 and up to like 190 pounds. I got this one for 97 pounds, and then I got the Vaara, which is the 50 ml, for 54 pounds. So I think I got a pretty good deal on all of the fragrances, and I think I got some really interesting finds. I feel like this ranges from very, you know, youthful to really mature, complex scents. But I'm really glad that I discovered Allbeauty.com, and I suggest you also, if you're in the UK, I'm not sure if they ship internationally, but I live in the UK and the shipping was really quick. I think I got these in 2 days. So yeah, that was my fragrance haul from Allbeauty.com. As I said, I feel like it's a really good website for if you're looking for a wide variety of scents at a discounted price. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great day and hope to see you guys soon. Bye.